Here's the hard truth. Making more money doesn't guarantee that you're going to build wealth. I know people making over $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 per year, and they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Why? I mean, you'd think, what's the deal? That's enough money to easily do well. Well, because they've fallen into one or more of these three deadly money traps. And the crazy part about this is most people don't even realize that they're stuck in that trap. By the end of this video, you'll be able to recognize and spot these traps in your own life, and you're going to know how to exactly get out and to stay out. So let's kick this off, shall we? Trap number one is lifestyle creep. Now, I'm not talking about the creep that your sister's dating. I'm not talking about the office creep that drives you nuts. We're talking about lifestyle creep here. And here's how lifestyle creep works. You get a raise, you get a better paying job, and instead of keeping your spending the same, you upgrade everything. The car, the house, the vacations. Suddenly, you're earning more, but you've also got more bills than ever. This is not good. The problem with that is you're just as broke as you were before, but now it's with higher stakes. When your income jumps, if you don't want to fall into this lifestyle creep trap, lock in your expenses for at least 12 months. Take that extra money, funnel it into paying off debt, building savings, or investing. If you can resist the urge to upgrade, you're going to create a massive financial gap. And that gap, it might not seem like that big of a deal at the time, but that is where financial freedom lives and where it is built. Avoid lifestyle creep. Trap number two, using debt as a lifestyle. This is a big one because not all debt is bad, but most people are using it wrong. They're going to finance everything: cars, furniture, phones, even vacations. You're going on vacation and you're going to finance it? I know this happens a lot. I've done it in my life before, full disclosure, but it's not something that you want to be doing. Those interest rates on all of those items that you're financing are going to eat your future alive. Sorry about that. When you're always paying for yesterday, you can't invest in tomorrow. Let me repeat that, because this is a very powerful statement and it can go right past you and you might not understand how incredibly important this is. When you're always paying for yesterday, you can't invest in tomorrow. Let that sink in for a while. So stop financing things that are going to lose value the second that you buy them. It's not putting money in your pocket or increasing in value. Avoid debt for it. Don't do it. And if you already have consumer debt, attack it. Go after it with the intensity of a firefighter putting out a blaze, because it's that important. That's exactly what it's doing to your future. It is burning it down to the ground. So avoid debt as a lifestyle. I mean, you look around America, this is a common theme. Most people always say, well, you're going to have a car payment, of course. Of course you're going to have this. Of course you're going to have that. You don't have to have a car payment. You could buy a used car. You could pay it off quickly. If you have to borrow anything, you could pay it off you could expedite it quickly. Say your car payment's $400. Double it up to 800. Shorten the term, shorten the interest. Get rid of it. Don't use debt, as a lifestyle. It doesn't have to be that way. It's also the lifestyle of a freaking prisoner. I don't want to be a prisoner, and I'm sure you don't either. So if you're doing it, stop doing it. Trap number 3, the illusion of safe saving. A lot of people think I'm doing fine. I've got a savings account, but in today's world, very expensive world that is, that money is actually shrinking quickly, painfully quickly in a lot of situations, thanks to inflation. If your savings account is paying you 0.5%, and inflation is 4%, you are losing 3.5% every single year without even spending a dime. That's crazy, right? You'd think, well, it's safe. It's in there. No one's touching it. The problem is the dollar gets devalued via inflation, which is a disaster. So if you do that, say you got $100,000, 5 years, 3.5% per year, that's crazy. 17%, is my math right? 17.5%? That is insanity. After 5 years, you're losing almost 20% after 5 years. And that's kind of where we've been hovering in the last few years. So a solution to that, keep an emergency fund. Absolutely. You want to have an emergency fund because if you lose your job or something crazy happens, you want to be able to protect your family. But after that, take your money and put it to work. Okay? That could mean investing in index funds, real estate, a side business, micro lending. You might have a stock purchase program through the company that you work for, 401k, a lot of options. The goal is simple. Your money, and I'm talking about your hard-earned money. Most money that I've made in my life is hard-earned. They don't just give it to me. Your money should be making you money, not collecting dust in a bank. And here's the thing. The bank isn't going to allow your money to sit there. They love you. They're going to lend your money out all the time, constantly. They're going to get a return on your money while you lose money due to inflation. Banks don't lend money out at 3% if inflation's 7% and lose money. That doesn't happen. They're investing your money into the marketplace and they're getting return while you borrow it to them for nothing. There is a fool in that equation, and that is the person that's leaving their money in the bank getting no interest while the bank makes money off of that hard-earned cash that person sits in the bank and thinks it's safe. Invest your money. Money that sticks around, that you keep in your possession, it disappears anyway. That savings account will go away. You will find a way to get rid of it eventually, and it's going to be gone. So let's make a quick recap, shall we? Number 1, lifestyle creep keeps you broke, even when you make more money, a lot more money. It can still keep you broke because every time you get a raise and every time you make more money, you're raising your lifestyle to match that income. If the income doesn't stick around, the lifestyle's up, then you've got a huge problem. If it sticks around, you've raised your lifestyle to match the income, so you're not saving any more money. Avoid that. Number 2, debt as a lifestyle is robbing your future. Stop financing everything. If you need a television, don't finance it for 5 years, for God's sake. It's like $700. Buy a used one. There's nothing to watch anyway. Stop. This is a side note, but when I was younger, we didn't have cable for a long time because I didn't want to pay good money to watch other people's lives while I could be making more of my own. Side note, take it how you want, but it's something worth thinking about. Don't finance everything that you buy, especially a television or a dishwasher or other things. Stop doing it because you're paying for yesterday, so you can't invest in tomorrow if you're living that way. And the third money trap that you need to avoid is thinking that safe saving is safe. It's not. If you have 100 grand in the bank and it's just sitting there, it's not safe. You're losing money. Inflation is usually outpacing the gain that the bank's giving you, which is like nothing usually. The gain you get on interest at the bank is so low, it's such a disgrace, such a joke, that when you do your taxes, it says, did you get any interest on your money this year? And you write down $1.85, you're thinking, my God, does this really even matter? I've got nothing. It doesn't make sense. Don't think because you're letting your money sit in a sock in a closet somewhere or in a bank that's not giving you a high level of interest or anything, even a moderate level of interest, that's safe. It's not. You're going backwards. You might not feel it, but when you take that money out, your purchasing power is lower significantly. If you want to break free from these traps, it starts with one thing. One thing, changing the way that you think about money. You've got to change the way that you think about money. And that's exactly what I teach here, oddly enough. I'm going to get a sip of water. On unfixed income. If you'd like one of these mugs, by the way, comment, let me know. They're not much. They're cheap and they're great. And they keep coffee warm and they keep water cold. And you can buy it without financing it. You can buy it with cash. It's cheap enough. You can just buy it with cash. It's straightforward. So if you're serious about building wealth and escaping the paycheck trap, hit subscribe and comment below, and let's get you started on your journey to an unfixed income lifestyle. Until next time, I'm Wayne Kramer for the Unfixed Income YouTube channel. God bless, and have an amazing day.